Getting rid of cash bail, right? Right. So getting rid of cash bail. And someone in the comments said, like, well, how these bonds people gonna eat, right? Like, how they gonna eat? How are they gonna earn a living? And what do you say to that? You know, like you trying to put the bonds people out of business by not having cash bail. I made a comment. My comment is a little bit different, but this really is about you, not me. So let's hear what you gotta say. I might tell you what I said.
I remember seeing a comment that you put on something. I was like, and just like Sandra said, because you don't play games and you don't agree with that. You don't disagree with everybody. Like when you just like the right. That's it. You're like, that's right. I don't care if this candidate said it or this candidate said it. Right is right, wrong is wrong. And you want to be in the right, which is why I appreciate you. Look, we got candidates who say that they want to dismantle the cash bail system. There will be no cash bail. I can at least think of 3 people off the top. Yesterday in the debate, I said that what I would do specifically, what I would do is get rid of all cash bail for misdemeanor cases, except for domestic batteries, and DUIs. I think it's reasonable. Trespasses, trespass cars, regular batteries, driving on suspended license, loitering, disorderly conduct. What are we doing here? Like, you can release people. The purpose of those bonds are not for that. And it's not even a lot for the bondsman. It's like $100 a lot of times. It's not even $100 because you pay 10% of $100, right? So I'm not even sure they're backing that bond, but I'm not a bondsman. When you get to 3rd-degree felony stuff, the change that I'd like to see and that I would implement is that on all nonviolent crimes, it would be no cash bond. So you wouldn't have a cash bond. However, on your violent crimes, those would go to our second review court. And what second review court is, it's very simple. Within 24 to 48 hours, you go to your assigned judge. You are given an assigned judge that day. The day you are in magistrate, you are given a judge that you're assigned to. So the next way we can send that over back for a second review by that judge. They do it in juvenile all the time. They don't have bonds in juvenile court, but they have detention statuses. Yeah. So the second review can get rid of a 21-day detention and make it a 5-day detention or a no-day detention or anything like that. And then for second-degree felonies, all reviewable. First-degree felonies, all reviewable by the second chance or the second look court. And that's important because the bond is a way. Nowadays, we see a lot of stacking, what I call stacking, which is you get a bond and you get these conditions, these ROR conditions. So you get a bond, and if you pay your bond, then you're on a monitor and you can't do a bunch of stuff, okay? And a lot of people say, let's just put you on a monitor, okay? But some people can pay the monies, but the crime doesn't necessitate a monitor or any additional supervision. So it's up to the judge and up to the system to do it. It doesn't discriminate, in my opinion, it doesn't discriminate against those with and those without, because within 24 hours, you're getting a review. And when you go in front of the judge and with the state attorneys that have an ability at that point to have more information at their fingertips, they can make a more intelligent decision whether this person should or should not get bond. That's why we give the in-court prosecutor more power to make decisions on the spot, the lead in particular, because the lead has the experience. The lead has been through the trenches a little bit. They have some of those battle scars on them, so they know what to look for, and what not to look for. And if they say, hey, judge, give me one more day, we need to wait on we're waiting on one more document, and we may agree with defense counsel and send you an agreed order for no bond release or no cash bail release. Okay.
Yeah. So my comment to them was, so the people who have to pay these bonds, they're not eating either, right? Because they pretty much had to go get money from all of their relatives, like $20 here, $100 there. You know what I mean? So I'm like, yeah, I you want to be sympathetic with the bondsman, but there are people, like, if someone gets arrested, particularly if it's like, some crazy misunderstanding or something that, that they may not have done, and they got to come up with like $500, they go to work and probably
that's a lot of money for some people.
That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money for some people.
That's a lot.
I remember getting, when I was in college, thankfully, asking my dad for $500. His first question was, why do you need $500? Yeah. Well, how much do you have in your account? I got $25. All right, when do you get paid next? I get paid in a week. Make it work. Like that's
Yes.
it's hard for people to just give even if you had the money, they're
Yeah.
not trying to give you $500.
Right.
Okay.
No, it's difficult.
If you ask Oprah for $500, she's not giving you $500.
You know what I mean? And so I'm just like, she was like, the person I don't, they were concerned about the bonds company. I'm like, you're probably destroying a person's economy for years when they gotta come off $500, for
sorry, whenever I look over,
like
I'm looking for my wife and the baby. So
what happened?
No, whenever I look to the side, I'm paying attention, but I'm looking at my wife and the baby, making sure they're good.
Okay, yes. Yeah, so that was one of the things. So that was my comment. Yeah.
Well, Sandra, you bring up a good point. I hear this a lot of times, not only from Democrats, but from Republicans as well, that understand the criminal justice system. There are two criminal justice systems. One people with money, one people without money. But it's not the cash bail system alone, okay? Because the cash bail system is the first step, all right? It could start with the arrest, okay? Some people...
I'm going to interrupt you because I wanted to tell you something. When I was in law school, I got a speeding ticket, right? I think it was some kind of ticket, but it must have been speeding, whatever, right? And it was like $130, right, for this ticket. Mind you, this is some years ago. And I was just like, where am I going to, because, you don't work your first year in law school. I'm like, where am I going to get $130 to pay, for a speeding ticket? I was in Alachua County, and they used to let you, you could work off, I had to clean up the botanical garden or something like that, so I don't have to pay the speeding ticket. But at least they had that option, because I was like, straight up, there was no way I was going to have $130.
Sandra, people rob Peter to pay Paul all of the time. Mm-hmm. And you think some people think it's bad character to do this thing. No, I'm getting by. What are you talking about? I'm trying to make ends meet. Mm-hmm. I'm not paying this bill so I can pay this bill. I'm drinking water all day, so thank the Lord I'm fasting. But I'm fasting because I can't buy no food today because I got to use this $20 to go towards this $100 so I can pay off this bill. Yeah, you know how much my electric bill was last month? Oh, because I've been at home. You know how much my electric bill
Listen.
I have a